So our next album is number 464, the Isley Brothers 3 plus 3. I'm actually surprised they're this low. Isley Brothers, I feel like their money is long and whoever their grandkids are going to be set for life because the amount of samples that just R&B and hip hop uses for their new songs, guaranteed there is in like an Isley Brothers like sample from it or interpolation.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally quite insane. I feel like one of the most used samples in hip hop alone is an Isley Brothers song. I forgot which one it was, but like when I hear it, I know it. But
Mm-hmm.
even this particular album, it's like bangers,
I
like
agree. No, I agree. Bangers,
bangers,
every single one. I
like
agree.
bangers. It's such a good album.
It
Like,
is.
who's that lady? Sexy lady. Who's that lady? Like, come on. Like, how do you hear that song and like not like do a little shoulder shimmy? Like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Summer Breeze? Yeah. That's a hit right there.
Yeah.
That's a hit right there. I know
I'm trying to.
in the 70s they were like did a little bump. They were at the juke joint, wherever the fuck you were at in the 70s, and they were like, put that Isley Brothers on, and they were getting to work. Crop tops on, tied up right
Mm-hmm.
here, literally like abs glistening, low riding, like flared pants, belt buckle on, boots on, afro picked. Like we're ready. We're ready for
Fuck
Summer Breeze parts 1 and 2. And that's exactly what this was. And that's exactly how I would have looked if I was listening to this. It's so good.
It's
Like,
so good. I agree. So I'm gonna be real. Like I know about the Isley Brothers. Like I know the name and I can
mhm.
recognize the name. I did not know that these were all their songs until I was listening to them. I'm like, oh, I've seen that on this commercial. I've seen it on this
Yep.
commercial. I know this song. So it's like very, very classic. Like they are literally like that is them. They are him.
You know Ron Isley's voice when you
Mhm.
hear it because he's the main singer. When he's like, like that, like little falsetto he does. Mind you, that was really bad of me doing it, but like, it's so good. And there's like this one picture that always goes around every couple of like I'll say like months and years on Twitter where it was like, why do you guys think that like it's like gay to wear crop tops or anything like that? They're like, look at the Isley Brothers back in the 70s, and someone was like, yeah, and they would have cut you with a box cutter too. They literally would
I
have
just know
stabbed
what you're
you.
talking about. I know.
Like, they literally would have been like, what did you say, sucker? And like pull out like a razor and like literally sliced you in half. And the picture of them, they look zesty. Like it's like the funniest way
I
ever.
understand. Yeah, I know what
Like
you're talking about.
top, like back poked out, like crop top and everything. And it's just like that's just how men dressed back in the day.
They are coming
And
back to it.
they are. I think the bell bottoms, that one influencer who I hate, that dresses up all the time. He wears like the bell bottom Wisdom. That's his name. Wisdom Kane. He like dresses up
Does he do the like
like
dre-
the characters.
yeah. Oh, you don't
Yeah.
like him?
No, I hate him.
Why?
Because you know like when you hate someone and like you really can't formulate a reason for it?
Yeah, but that
Like how I hate Sky Jackson. Like I actually don't have like a reason for it. But like I
no.
can't stand
Well,
her.
like I said, I have lots of little hates in my life and then it all just culminates in one big person and then I do my research to make sure to start being like this is why I hate that person. Hence fuck Taylor Swift.
I, that's the one thing that's gonna make this podcast not jump off. Not me
I
saying
love okay, listen, I used to be Taylor Swift was Taylor Swift I was a big fan. Not anymore. We will get to it when we get
we
actually,
will.
no, we can't even get to it because I actually like the albums that made it. Regardless, has nothing to do with anything.
Yes.
But okay, you cannot formulate why you don't like him. Oh, I
I think
kind
the one thing was because like he was talking down on like how people dress.
of. Oh,
And
I don't
then
like that.
he was like you should wear like sustainable clothing, which again, you should be wearing sustainable clothing.
It's
Stop
hard.
wearing Shein. Stop wearing Shein. For the love of God, please stop wearing Shein. Like, enough. The clothes are cheap. You look cheap. Child labor. Like, stop it. But he was like just shitting on people wearing it in general all
Mm.
the time. And I was like, you literally get all your designer clothing sent to you for free because you're an influencer. And you look at the sustainability of Louis Vuitton, Prada, Givenchy, Alexander McQueen. They're shit too. So it's like you're just a hypocrite and I hate you. But anyway, Isley Brothers dress like him. And I still do like the style. I just do not like him. But
We love the Isley Brothers, though.
we love the Isley Brothers style.
And I'm
Um,
so excited to
Ron
hear the rest.
Ron Isley has a daughter, Alex Isley, in case anyone wants cares to know, and she makes amazing R&B music. She makes music with Lucky Day,
Oh,
Masego. I think she made a song. I think I just lied about not lied because I didn't say it yet, but I thought she made one with Ty Dolla Sign, but I don't think she did. But anyway, she does make R&B music right now.
okay. I'm
It's
gonna check that
really
out.
good. She has a beautiful voice. I think she also plays instruments as well too. She's kind of like her. So,
I support
um,
that.
but less boring music.
Gotta go up for her. I'm sorry. It's my half.
I'm
Do I
sorry.
listen to her? No.
I know that's your half Filipino queen,
I
but
don't listen to her, Dom. I'm gonna be real. I don't. It's
yes,
just that Filipino thing. It's like I just gotta vote for her.
you just gotta
Great,
go with her.
great guitar playing on the
Oh no,
Usher concert, though.
but
So
we're in time because we're filming this so late. So like the episodes, we're like, oh, we're watching the Grammys tonight, and now we're like, oh, when her performed at the Super Bowl, it was so great. But yeah, no, she killed it. The funniest comments were when they were like,
I thought that
oh,
was North.
Northwest is on the stage killing it with Usher. I was like, that
I
is
saw.
doing
I was like, you guys are so.
a mess. But sorry, back to the album. With I know I keep talking about Summer Breeze, but particularly with this song, there is, and we keep talking about like guitars and everything. The part where it's literally just like the guitar solos before the summer breeze makes me like the
Hmm.
I rewind it back every single time before I even get to the hook. If I could have that on a loop for like 3 minutes, only just that, that's all I would need. I still like the rest of the song, but I think the music in the background is the best part about this song.
I agree. Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like that is the best part. The parts where no one is singing and it's literally just the band. And I'm like, yeah, this is good. While I was listening to this at work though, I was like, is anybody in the Isley Brothers fine? And then my coworker was like, no, they were never known as being fine. And then I like looked up a picture of them and I was like, yeah, you're right. None of them are fine. And I tried to like
Ah,
be like, hear me out, but there's absolutely no hearing me out on any of these
really?
people.
Let me look at this because is there a
Not
few
a
I've never.
not a single one. No, not a single one. It's not even on this cover, even on the album cover. And this is like them when they're young. No.
They look like great friends. They look like I would love to be their friend.
Right, but like,
Yeah,
nah.
I get what you mean. There's one that might maybe.
I know who you're talking about, but it's still like, no. Hold on. You look again.
Yeah, I think you know who I'm talking about.
Is it the big Afro one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it.
That's the
I knew
one where I'm
it.
like, maybe one.
But anyway, Isley Brothers,
Isley
they
Brothers very good.
made music.
Very
So
excited for the stuff coming up. Yeah, like I'm excited for the rest of their stuff. See now this is one of those artists where they're going to be multiple, right? I assume. They have more songs. I know they do.
you mean more songs
I mean, they have
in
more
their
albums in this list, right?
No, I think it's just them. It's just this one. I swear.
Why?
That's why I was saying I don't know why they were so low.
Wait, that's it? I was so excited
Yeah.
for the other
No.
stuff.
No, there's only one. But the thing is though, I think that this is one group where you actually need to listen to their greatest hits.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I was assuming that because they had multiple, that's why they only have this as one instead of the greatest hits.
I genuinely believe that this is the one group that should have had like the compilation in my
Yeah.
in my opinion. Like they have one here I'm looking the Essential Isley Brothers. And I'm
Huh?
looking at a lot of the songs. A lot of these songs weren't actually on the album that we listened to, but I
No.
know these songs. Um
I'm now
so
depressed.
yeah,
I
no,
am now upset.
that's why I don't understand why it was so low on the list. I definitely think it needed to be higher.
I am I am now I don't want to say heartbroken, but I am sad because
Yeah.
I was actually looking for the vinyl for this. Very hard to find, but when I was looking at the vinyls,
I can imagine.
they had a bunch of other albums and they had the greatest hits and I was like, "Oh, well, I won't get this one then. I'll just wait for their other albums to see which one I like the best or something like or greatest hits album." But now
Mhm.
I find out that it's just this one and I don't like that. Fuck you, Rolling
Yeah.
Stone. This is bullshit. Because I like the blues, right? I like all those little compilations y'all
Mhm.
gave me. They didn't need that though. I don't think they needed
No.
that. Isley
No.
Brothers probably needed the greatest hits. I would have really liked. I would have really enjoyed that. Damn,
I
I'm
think
sad
so too.
now. I'm gonna just do that on my own.
Side project.
Side projects, so many sub projects.
Side project for the project.
All right.
So, yeah, so that was 464, the Isley Brothers 3 plus 3. The next album at 463 is Laura Nyro, Eli, and the 13th Confession. I did not expect this album to be so good.
Okay. I was so curious
This
because I really
album,
liked it actually.
this album is flames. No, this white girl was singing her ass off. Oh my god.
I
No,
was gonna say, I'm
because
like, I wonder either this is like soul right. I'm like, either Dom's gonna love this or she's gonna be upset that a white lady is doing it instead of a black lady. But I'm
no,
like,
because it is so good. It reminds me of Kimbra. And I looked
hmm,
up to see if Kimbra was inspired by this lady, and she said she didn't say that she was.
mm,
But it reminded me of that. But just looking at like the cover art
mm-hmm,
and then like this lady, I was like, oh, this is gonna be some folk bullshit again. And it wasn't. It wasn't. There is not a skip on this album. It is like banger after
banger.
banger after banger. She is singing her ass off. The production is amazing.
Oh, the
Everything about
instrumentation.
this,
Oof.
I think it's called Lonely Woman. Oh yeah.
I did like that one. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, Lonely Woman is a good one.
Lonely Woman is a good one. Lou was
Lou,
a really
yeah.
good one. But Lonely Woman like really really spoke to me. I feel like it was just about like when you're lonely, like when you come home, like no one knows like what you're going through like as essentially a lonely woman because no one cares. And if you think about it, do people actually really care that women are lonely? I don't think so. Because you know how like now there's like they're calling it like a man epidemic. It's such a big deal. Like, ooh, oh no, like men are lonely.
Well, the problem is
Uh,
with male loneliness is that they become incels and then they start killing people. That's the issue.
It's
So they do need to go address it, I suppose. They need to teach men how to be alone and be happy, the way that we had to learn.
and I think that's the thing too, because even like looking at these lyrics, it's like no one hurries home to lonely women.
Mhm.
And I feel like I agree with that. Even particularly like when you become like a mother, a lot of like women will say that like motherhood feels like lonely and insular at the beginning because it's just like you and the baby and you're like
Mhm.
taking care of the baby and everyone's like, okay, but that's what like you're supposed to do, but it can get really lonely at that time. When when like your man is feeling lonely, I'm just like, make him feel better. Like,
Mhm.
make sure your man never feels alone. Like, hurry home to him so like you can do X, Y, and Z for him. But if you're like, woman's at home taking care of the kids, like, oh, I'm out with the boys. Like, we're doing this. Like, oh, they'll
Mhm.
be fine when I get back home. No one hurries homes to you. So, and there's not a lot of lyrics in this particular song, and it's I think like the stanzas, there's not that many. They're short stanzas and they're about like maybe 2 to 3 sentences long, and there's about like I think like 6 of them. But the song is um 3.5 minutes. But it's the way that she's like singing the notes and dragging it out, and there's like
Mhm.
the long pauses in between. I think is what really gives this particular song the additional feel of loneliness because it's very not alone, but it's very separated. The I feel like I'm thinking about this too much, but this is
No,
also
you're
a
fine. No, no, it's
podcast.
very good.
So the way that there's such a big gap of at least vocal silence in between both of them, it's kind of like lonely, like empty. And
Mhm.
I feel like that gives the song more of an understanding of like the true loneliness. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was in the laundromat while I was listening to this, and I was like, "Mm-hmm,
Dom's an
yeah,
English major, guys, by the way.
yes,
So that's just part of the reason. Like, not to say, I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot, any in terms of any types of art medium, there's always some sort of, most of the time, there's some sort of intentional thing behind it. That's what makes it beautiful and good. So, I
yes."
mean, it's good. I think it's actually I enjoy when Dom gets really about this stuff because I don't think about it all the time like that because I don't know, I just haven't been trained in that way in a long time. I've just been so pop, 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 and pop is very, it's I don't say manufactured.
It's
It's
formulaic in
formulaic
a
and
way.
manufactured. It's not as artistic, and I haven't been in the artistic world for a hot minute. So maybe I'll start looking at things more because I was like listening to this and I was like, I like this. I listened to this while driving home and stuff, and it's like, wow, this lady can sing, bitch. Like
She
this
can
girl can sing,
sing.
and like I don't know. I don't know if it's the way she crafted it or whatever, but I'm like, I just like feel it. Like
Yes,
I really liked Emmy. I was like, has my name in it, but not really. but but I like
which is
Stone
so
Soul Connection
funny
too.
because
Very
when we
well
just talked,
rounded album too.
yeah, but we were
Like
just talking about how I hated slow songs, and
yes,
almost like
that's why I
all of
was
these on
curious.
here are slow, and I was
Very
like,
mellow.
don't care, banger, putting it on repeat, like do not care.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna be listening to this again. This is actually the other one I was thinking about getting the vinyl for. I was like, all right, do I want Isley Brothers or I want Laura Nyro? Nero. I haven't gotten either of them because it's obviously hard to find for both of them. But
Yeah,
yeah, this is a I must listen. You guys gotta. I don't know this lady. Have you heard of her before?
never heard of her
And
before.
she still has a lot of. She has a lot of
She
albums.
literally has a album that came out in 2021.
Yeah, live in
Wait,
Japan,
wait. Hold on. Okay.
2020.
So Tidal always gives you like songwriter mix. I don't know if these are samples or not, but she has at least credits on Kanye West's Graduation and on a Kid Cudi album
Really?
and De La Soul. So she's sampled. It's either sampled. I don't think she actually wrote anything
Probably
like
sample.
with like writing, so it's probably sample. But I gotta look into that.
I'm listening to one of
How
her
does
later albums. Hold on.
how the fuck does Kanye find this stuff?
Well, he is a
I
musician.
it's just that's so
I love
crazy.
this lady. She's so corny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know her. She has quite a bit. You know what's interesting though? I'm looking at her discography and she has taken well, granted after the 70s, she took like 5 to 10 years in between each album, which I really respect. I
Yeah.
like when an artist really puts in a lot of time and effort into crafting their next album, That's where I'm just like, "Oh wow, they put their heart into that one." And I really like that. I'm probably going to go and check out her other stuff.
I
once I
was
have
just
time.
about to say that.
Yeah. And I very impressed with this lady. I thought it was gonna be country, single woman, single mom, Reba stuff too, but it's not. I was like, wow,
Yes.
this is a good like white 70s lady album.
Yeah, no, it's really it actually took me by surprise.
Yeah.
I was like, I said, oh, this is the direction we're going into. Because I feel like each time we listen to a new album, unless I kind of like already know what genre this person is in,
Mhm.
it is it's like when you hit the random button on Sims. I have no idea what it's going to sound like.
Mm.
Sometimes you can kind of tell from it, but more than anything, if I was like looking at this particular album cover, it just seems very like dark, gothic y. So, but this album really isn't
It's
either.
not. It's not. It's not
No,
gothic-y. It's all major key. It's very 70s like
it's kind of up.
singer-songwriter.
It's kind of upbeat. Some of them
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of upbeat.
It's nice. It's pleasant. I put pleasant. My comment was really just pleasantly nice. Hold on. Actually, would I write that? I wrote pleasantly good, which is
Pleasantly
essentially the
good.
same thing. But it is
Yeah.
pleasantly. It really just made me feel nice. Like, well, I'm just like, oh, like this is music.
Yeah.
Laura
This is
Nyro.
music. We thought that was good. I'm actually gonna give this album 2 thumbs up. I actually
Cool.
really enjoyed it. It
I
deserves to
really.
be on the list, in
It
my
definitely
opinion.
deserves to be the list. I wonder if
Yeah,
is her only one on here? Probably, huh?
probably.
Yeah.
I feel like the only people who get like more than one are like the big main name people. You know what I
Well, see,
mean?
that's why I was actually just thinking about this on the way home when you talked about Big Star having multiple albums, and I'm just like, I don't know those people. So
I still,
who knows? Maybe if I listen to their
I,
later albums, I know who it is.
I cannot believe we have to listen to another one of those albums by them.
Well, I like the one song. I don't
Not looking
know.
forward to it.
We'll see. Who knows? Maybe we actually know them, but we don't really know them or not. I don't. We'll see.
Let's hope that their music evolved. That's all I got to say
Fair.
from that
Okay.
other album. But anyway, Miss
Laura
Nyro,
Nero.
Nero, you did your thing. Yeah.
Rest in peace,
Yeah.
Miss Laura. I hope
It says her genre is folk. Hell no. That
it
was
could be
like
folk. It's
I don't
folk pop.
know.
Maybe a folk pop. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like very 70s. Very so.
But it gave like jazzy feel
I think
though.
that's her voice, though.
Do you think her voice makes it more
She
jazz?
has a jazzy voice.
She does have.
And the way she layered her voice, I think, on the instruments was more in a jazz way, where it was not as formulaic, I guess. I guess why you think it's not as folksy. Actually, I can see why it's not folk
Yeah.
because folk is very. I also thought that
Nero.
she might have been R&B. I'm gonna rely. I was just gonna.
Okay, that's
I
what I
wasn't sure.
thought too. That's
I thought that she was might have been
I didn't want
R&B.
to say it, but I thought it was giving that too. But
We love you, Laura Nero.
thank you, Laura Nero. And that was 463. Laura Nero, Eli and the 13th Confession.
462 is the Flying Burrito Brothers, Gilded Palace of Sin, which is actually a very ridiculous name for this album because it didn't
Because
sound.
it's so stupid. Sorry, but like this doesn't sound. I hate everything about this, but I'll let you go first.
Oh, well, I'm gonna let you. I'll show you what my notes say right now about this. Here, I wonder if I can zoom in.
No,
That's all. I have nothing to say.
I I don't have a single good thing to say about this, and I had already alluded to it last week.
Yeah.
If this music didn't sound Mexican, I was going to be mad.
Oh, no,
And
stop.
this is the furthest thing from Mexican.
You-
Why is your name Flying Burrito? What does that even mean? First of all, and I didn't look it up, and I'm not going to. So, if there's a message or a meaning behind it, I'll never truly know because this just made me so mad. It was this was like one of the albums that was homework for me. Like
I didn't like it at all.
like calculus homework.
Oh, I hate calculus. That would be my hell.
I didn't enjoy a minute of this.
No. No, I don't like it at all. Um, it's country rock.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit alternative there. Very country though. Um, I do like country, but not this type of country. My country, it's either country pop that I like, or it's like Southern Gothic country. But this one was not it for me. There's nothing really I can say. Nothing stood out because I chose to wipe my memory of it. Um, I did look it up that I guess they inspired the Eagles, which I guess I could kind of see, but I'm not even a big Eagles fan. My dad is, but
I literally, the only Eagles I know are Jalen Hurts. So sorry to that man, whoever these other Eagles you guys are talking about. I don't know who they
they
are.
sang Hotel California. No,
The what?
Hotel California.
I don't know.
Wow. Okay, it's okay. But yeah, that's kind of what I guess. I mean, they don't even the Eagles don't even sound like this. I think the Eagles are way better, obviously. Um, Surprised they're above Isley Brothers. Now I'm kind of mad about it. Now I'm getting more mad.
That's what I'm
I'm getting
saying.
more mad as I sit here.
I listened to this and I was like, Summer Breeze Part 1 and 2 actually should be, specifically that guitar solo is one of the best things I've ever heard in my entire life, and it completely demolishes this album. And I don't know why this is on the list.
I'm not sure why it's on it. It looks like they inspired Wilco, which is a folk band, very acousticy folk rock.
Hmm.
They inspired Elvis Costello. A little bit, but I don't. Nah, it doesn't sound like it. Velvet Underground. I can see it being similar to Velvet Underground.
That group has come up so often whenever we look up like
Yeah.
inspiration. It's like you guys sound like a kitchen sink band because so many people they've been inspired or they're net near so many of these artists I feel like we've spoken about. I should probably listen to their music to see like what they're talking about because
I
I
mean,
feel like this come up so often.
I did mention the Velvet Underground when we were talking about the Runaways, that all girl punk rock band that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I just think if you're one of the first ones to do things, first rock bands, then yeah, you're gonna obviously inspire a lot of people. But Flying Burrito Brothers did not enjoy it. If you like country, go for it. If you like country pop, you might just be disappointed. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't even know what was the cover art. I don't even think the cover art was great, right? It was
No, it's just like them sitting in front of a shack, all five of them, and it had like this 70s writing in the back or 60 brink like cusp year 60s 70s like script like like that cursive script with the shadow behind it,
girl.
two-tone color.
Allegedly, this is supposed to fuse traditional sources like folk and country with other forms of popular music like gospel, soul, and psychedelic rock. Did you get any soul from this? Because
Hell no.
I hear folk and country.
it it broke my soul, but other than that, I don't. And
Not sure why they're on here.
their outfits don't even eat.
There's no cohesion either on their outfits
No,
together. This man's posture, it's just very mid, if anything. Who knows? Maybe country people like it.
maybe.
Not into it though.
No.
Would only suggest you listen to it if you like country. If you want to see the source of country, I guess something like that. I don't know.
Of country rock.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a Flying Burrito Brothers.
At number 462. Way too high. Yeah.
Yeah. Next 461 is Bon Iver for Emma, or as Dom likes to call them, a Bon Iver. And there is,
And it's one person,
and it's
and
one
that's
person
Bon.
apparently to
And
Dom.
it's one person, Bon Iver.
I'm
Yep.
gonna let Dom go first because I have sentimental reasons for this.
Um, it's kind of good. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, I randomly. So I go to the gym a lot, and
Mhm.
I listened to this when I was at the gym, which everyone's probably like, now why would you listen to this at
Interesting.
the gym? Right. I was stretching because I had to take the week off because I threw my back out because I'm old. So I was doing my stretches and workouts, and it's just stretching, so you can just listen to like whatever. You don't really need to
Mhm.
put music on. So I'm listening, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I like this. It's like mellow and like he's got a nice voice. And I think the
Yeah.
music was soothing. I don't think that there are any songs particularly on this album that I would listen to singularly.
Okay.
I think I would have to listen to this in a vacuum. Like
Okay.
I have to listen to the album in its totality or a few songs. But I don't think that there's a single song that I would like pick out and I'd be like, I really need to listen to this song
Mhm.
in particular. Um, but it was I thought I was gonna hate it.
I thought you were too. I was very in because it's on a I don't say boring side, but it's very mellow
It is
and it is folk. It's folk.
it's kind of boring, but I think that his voice is what makes it more tolerable. And I
Mhm.
think that's what I'm starting to notice as well. If you do have a better sounding voice,
Mhm.
I will tolerate music that I normally wouldn't.
Mhm.
Like the Linda Ronstadt album. I don't like that music. I know we're shitting on her right now, but if Taylor Swift sang any of that,
Mhm.
I would not like it. No,
Yeah.
ma'am. But I really liked her voice. Um, Even the Bonnie Raitt, I actually liked her voice too on some of
We
the songs.
I am a fan of Bonnie right now because we just saw a meme, not a meme, but like a
The
video
clip of
of
when she
a clip
won that.
when she won best song or was it best record. And
No,
like,
she won like song record of the year. And everyone was like,
yeah,
"Who the fuck is that?"
because she was up against like Beyonce, Harry, and Olivia, right? And like,
Yes.
all the stands were so like, who the, even Bonnie Raitt was just like, what?
Dude, that's how we felt. And I remember watching that shit in live times. Like I said, the Grammys is like my Super Bowl part one, because normally before the Super Bowl. And I'm watching it, I'm like, who the hell is this ginger country bitch? Like, who is that? This basically just became our Grammy episode.
I know. We have no Grammy episode. But it's okay because we don't have that much to say on the other stuff. And we're on the last album.
Oh yeah, it was Break My Soul, All Too Well, Just Like
Oh, all
That,
too well also.
God Did, The Heart Part 5, Kendrick Lamar, As It Was, Bad Habit, About Damn Time, Easy on Me, and ABCDEFU. How the fuck did she win?
I don't know how she won. I don't
How
know.
the fuck did
I
she,
don't.
mind you, love mother down, love her down. It should have been Bad Habit. I
Okay.
personally think Bad Habit is better than Break My Soul. That Steve Lacy put crack in that song. That is one of the best songs I have ever heard. Ever. And also, hear me out.
This is gonna be Dom's. This is Dom's thing now. Anytime you hear her, we all know what she's talking about when she says this now. You guys all know.
We all know. We're making that established for this episode. If I say hear me out, we
We
gotta
gotta
put like a
make
little
a.
ticker at the
I
we
know.
gotta do like
Wait, I
a
gotta
hear me
make a.
out column.
You know what I'm gonna do? I have an iPad now. I'm gonna draw Dom doing this, and that's gonna be her emoji or sticker. We will be selling.
that, that's my emote. That's my new emote. Ah, hear me out. Ah. I can't believe she won that. This has
Anyway,
nothing. This has nothing to do with Bon
Bon
Iver,
Iver.
but
Back to Bon Iver. No, I was looking up some of the stuff that he's written because I thought he did some writing
Mhm.
credits with Taylor Swift for her Evermore or Folklore thing. I think
Yes.
he did write some of stuff on her, which makes sense because I like that album that she did.
Hmm.
Yeah, Bon Iver obviously like this is one of those first folk albums that I listened to when I was starting to get into it. They were kind of one of those you must listen to.
Hmm.
They were kind of like the ones. I actually think I have that vinyl already. It might be at my house because it was one of those where I was really liking it. But the reason why I know Bon Iver, where I really got introduced was because Skinny Love, the song Skinny Love, it was covered by an artist named Birdie. And maybe you should listen to it, Dom. It might be a little bit boring for you, But it is
Ooh.
it's just piano and this girl singing, and like when I first heard that song, I was like in tears. I don't know.
Oh,
I was just like, oh no. Like at that time I had never like dated anyone at that time, but I was like, oh, but Birdie, Skinny Love, great, cover. Um, but that's my one standout on this album. It's always been that's one of I would say it's one of my favorite songs like ever. So that's always gonna be in my
wow.
heart. Yeah, that's always gonna be there. That's why I do appreciate the album. Obviously, other songs there's not as much standouts. I guess For Emma has to be one of those just because it was so popular and so around in
Is
my crowd. Maybe not
is
with Dom's crowd, but it says that he wrote it and recorded it almost 3 years in a remote cabin in Wisconsin. And this song sounds exactly like he wrote
that
it in a remote cabin in Wisconsin. So that is what this album
this
really
is
sounds
this
like.
is this is his what you said Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Oh, why was I thinking what did I thought you wow.
So I
Th-
was thinking more
Those were
Washington.
those were two very bad grammatical sentences back to back. I don't know why I thought you said it was Wyoming. Cuz I was going to be like this is his Kanye bipolar album.
Hmm. No,
No.
no,
Okay.
it's just in
No.
Wisconsin.
It
Yeah.
was Wisconsin. Okay.
But I am surprised that you liked it. So it says he wrote for Travis Scott My Eyes
Oh yeah, that was just on Utopia.
and Monster, the Kanye West song. Also
Is
wrote
that
for That's My Bitch. That's
Oh,
Jay-Z
I
and
like this
Kanye.
song. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's on Watch the Throne.
Oh,
That's my
okay.
bitch.
He
Oh, he
wrote
has a lot of Kanye. A lot of Kanye. He has Monster, Dark Fantasy, Taylor
mhm,
Swift,
of course Taylor Swift.
Kid
Hollis
Cudi.
Stacey.
Um,
He's quite a bit.
what? He
What?
did Playboy Cardi? Oh, hell yeah! That's my. You know what? You're all right, Mr. Vernon. You are all right. What a good
Yeah, no,
man.
he's a good writer, I think. Folk is
I
his
wonder.
thing, obviously.
I wonder if any of these though are samples and not him actually writing it.
Possibly.
Yeah, because sometimes when it's on title and it says
Mhm.
songwriter, they don't really differentiate um, between you being like a writer or if it was just a true writer, like in the
Mhm.
studio with them, or if you were
Wow,
sampled.
he did write a lot for Taylor. I should have known because that those Taylor albums, those two that she did when she was in a pandemic, Folklore and Evermore,
Yeah.
it gave me flashbacks of early 20s listening to folk music. So,
Well,
yep.
now I know. This is
Now Dom
teaching me a
knows.
lot.
That's good.
I like
You should
that.
listen to the Birdie version.
Oh yeah, the birdie version is here. Let me save that so I can listen to that for later.
Yeah. Might think it's boring, but you know what? I was surprised that you liked this even though it was boring. So, yeah. He has a
I do
unique
like.
voice though. You know it's Bon Iver when you hear it.
Yeah,
And the
I.
styling is very Bon Iver. So,
So
that
what
was
number was
Bon
that?
Iver. That was
461.
461. That was the last one for this week.
Bonnie Bear for Emma.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, so next on the
Top two, bottom two.
all right, my top actually there was a lot of good top 2s this week wasn't too bad. I like 3 plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to go with Miss Nero, Eli in the 13th Confession. Even though I do have a soft spot for Emma, I think that Eli in the 13th Confession was a lot more well-rounded. Like there was more songs in there that I could pick out that I
Mm-hmm.
really liked and I just really enjoyed that album. hmm That's my top 2.
Um, we have the same top two this week for the
Ooh.
first time, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Um, same 3 plus 3 and Eli and the 13th Confession. I think just based on the length in which we discussed both albums without
Yeah.
being sidetracked and like actually talking about the albums,
Yeah.
can demonstrate that we actually enjoyed those bodies of work and would
Yes.
be bodies of work that we would listen to again.
Again, absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
probably still gonna look for both of those vinyls. I don't know though with Isley, but I'm gonna go listen to the rest of their stuff and see. We'll
If you can
see.
find another album. Yeah.
We'll see. Might yeah. But yeah. Okay. Bottom two. Mine is Flying Burrito Brothers, and Flying Burrito Brothers, and I suppose you would have to be Black Uhuru. Just not because I hated it, but it's just I enjoyed the other, like at least with Rolling Stone, I was picked out a song that I really liked. Manu
Hmm.
Chao, I enjoyed it. Juvenile, Back That Ass Up is a good song. I need that song. That's a good song, which was featured on Avid Elementary this week. I was very pleasantly surprised.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, did you see it? Did you watch
No,
it?
I didn't watch the episode
Oh,
yet.
you gotta
All I
watch
saw was
it.
that Jalen Hurts was on it.
Yeah, you should watch
Mm,
it. It's a good one. Yeah, so I guess my bottom will be Black Uruhu and Flying Burrito Brothers.
okay. Mine is the Flying Burrito Brothers and the King Sunny Ade,
Mm,
the best of the classic years. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
That I wasn't interested in ever hearing either of those albums again.
Mm, okay. Makes
Sorry.
sense. Well, don't need to apologize to me. I think Sunny Ade would be like part of on the lower end for me too.
Yeah.
But I might
Um,
be liking the African stuff, so
you actually do.
I
You have
like
a greater
genuinely do.
connection. You actually have a greater connection to the African music than I
Which
ever
is so
do. I feel
strange.
like it's so
I
interesting to me because I'm like I'm not into it at
Which
all.
is funny because like Esther's like truly my first African American friend, like really African American friend. So it's not like I
Hmm.
was grew up with this already. It's
No,
just so random.
none of
Anyway.
it at all. Okay, so next week we are listening to albums 460 through 451. So first album at 460 is Lord Melodrama. At 451 we have Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon, The End of the Day. At 458 we have Jason Isbell, Southeasterner. At 457, is her name Sinad? Sinid?
I thought it was Sinead,
Oh yeah, Sinead.
right?
Sinead
Or
O'Connor.
Sinead.
Yeah, Sinead O'Connor, I Don't Want What I Haven't Got. 456, Al Green, Greatest Hits. 455, Bo Diddley slash Go Bo Diddley. 454, Can. Hmm.
Ige Bamyasi.
Ige Bamyasi. The pause
Why
is
you laugh?
so funny. the Because I was like, how does one pronounce that? We have 453, 9 Inch Nails, Pretty Hate Machine, 452, Diana Ross and the Supremes, Anthology, 451, Roberta Flack, First Take.
Cool. I'm excited for that week. This week, I think it's gonna be a good one. We got Kid Cudi and Lord and Al Green, my
Yes,
man,
I have never listened to a
and the
full Lord
Animals.
album in full,
Oh.
so this is going to be my first time listening to a full Lord album in full, and also listening to. I feel like I know the Supremes,
Mm-hmm.
but if you were like, tell me a Supreme song right now, I'd be
Oh, same as yeah. I'm the same.
like can't like name one offhand, but like I know there's gonna be songs on there I'm gonna be like, oh, I didn't know that this was them,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, Roberta Flack, her name was mentioned in Beyonce's Break My Soul, the Queens mix.
Really?
Yes, where she's like naming all these important pioneers and artists in Black female music. And
Mm.
one of the parts is talking about Roberta Flack, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. And I saw her on this list. I was like, oh, well, I'm about to find out who that is.
Cool. I didn't know
So,
that.
um, excited to listen to that.
I'm looking at Bo Diddley, man. I think we know what kind of music that is.
Okay,
My music.
so for clarity, because we filmed this in the future and in the past. When I was in Gainesville this past weekend, do you remember downtown, that little plaza right in front of like the courthouse? It was like the civil courthouse. Have you ever been
Yes.
down there?
Yes, yes. Hmm.
It's Bo Diddley Plaza. He's from
That
Archer.
but
He's from Archer.
Oh
I know.
my god.
I know. Yeah. So when
Wow.
I was down there, I was like,
Wow,
wait,
that's
isn't he
really
on? I'm like, isn't he on the list this week? And I looked it up, and I was like, oh my god, he's from Archer, Florida.
that is so oh my god.
Bo
Wow,
Diddley
I really do
Plaza
be
in
loving.
Gainesville, where you can do the farmers market, and there's like music festivals and
Oh, that's
concerts
great.
and
Oh,
everything.
Bo
So
Diddley.
if you're ever in Gainesville, I
I
don't
might
know
go
why you'd
back
be
there.
there. unless you unless you're going to
Maybe
US.
I want to go to the Gatorade Museum,
That's true.
which I never got to go to.
Which we never went to. I was just
And
about to say we never
I'm
went
still
to
kind
it.
of sad about it. Like I've always wanted to go to the Gatorade Museum. Never got to go.
Yeah, and I should have
Also didn't
while I
get to
was
go
there.
to the butterfly exhibit when I was there. Kind of sad about that. But
Oh
also
my god, we did not do like anything
yeah.
while we were there.
I'm a little scared of butterflies, but I would have liked to go to the butterfly exhibit.
It was pretty.
Also,
It sounded really pretty.
I lived behind the bat
The bat,
houses,
the bat
and
houses.
I didn't really see them do the whole bat thingy. I would see people waiting for the bat thingy to happen, but I never saw it.
Did you see
Wow,
an
I should
alligator?
probably not at Florida, not on campus. No,
I think I did once.
I mean I think I saw one when we were at at Wrights Union. You know, in that
Yeah,
pool.
yeah, at
But
that
that's
pool
it.
thing. But other than that, not really.
No,
Wow,
it's a lie. Wow, I didn't do anything in Gainesville on campus. I
dude,
should
all we did was go to Walmart.
we go to Walmart and look for the free shirts, which is a great pastime, and I kind of miss it to be quite honest. I miss looking for
Just
the free
going to
stuff
all sporting events just to get like any shirt
or a hat. We had
or a
like
hat.
10 hats.
Yeah.
I had so many hats.
The lacrosse
All
hats.
this-
Oh my god, remember when I was like had the flu
Yes,
and I
Dom
wore a
was so
mask?
sick.
It was
And I
like
was like, "Wear your
Valentine's
mask.
Day.
Wear your mask."
I was do I listen, I was masking before it was even like cool to mask, okay? I was stopping the spread before
Mhm.
COVID even happened. A
Mhm.
full year and a half before COVID even happened. And I was masked up. So
Yeah. But
wear your
yeah.
mask, guys, if you're sick. Because no more COVID.
No more
Anyway,
illnesses. But yes. Yep, looking
yes.
forward to next week. I think it's going to be a solid week. Get a little bit of
Yeah.
break with the modern songs in there.
Yes. Next week is week number 5.
Wow,
Dang.
we out here. So yeah.
It's a lot of
Cool.
weeks.
Well, we will see y'all next week. Thank you for
Yes.
tuning in, Dotted Line.
Once again, thank you guys. Oh man, I'm about to sneeze. Okay, you can end it.
I'm Emmeline.
I'm done.
And this was the Dotted Line podcast. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.